Hello and welcome to video number 8 on the Start My Proposals submission portal. This video will be going over the supplemental information section as well as the notes tab. The supplemental information tab has 4 subtabs that if you don't notice that there are those different subtabs, it can cause a headache later with data validation. However, completing them is not a cumbersome or overly complicated task. The first subtab is the indirect cost rate. Whatever rate is in your budget is what will apply. The full rate is 41.2 for on-campus activities. If you are doing the majority of your activities off campus, that rate would be 17.8 until the end of fiscal year 27. The basis almost every single time is going to be MTDC, which stands for Modified Total Direct Costs. The rate does not apply to every single cost category, such as equipment or tuition or the part of a subaward that is over $25,000. Location. There are 3 options, but please only choose on or off. We do not have a mixed rate, so it's either the 41.2 or the 17.8 unless limited by the sponsor. The explanation is whatever applies. In this case, it's the full rate. If there is an agreed upon rate with the sponsor, that would be an internal program rate that only applies to UIS. If the sponsor limits the rate for every single applicant, that would be the sponsor limited rate. And if you are approved for a voluntary waiver, you would select that. And then if there are any other additional comments, you can add those in that section. Any additional compliance attributes? The first thing you'll want to take note of here is that you have to select yes to say that you've reviewed it. Obviously, please do actually review it, but if you do not click yes on this, it will throw an error when you try to submit. If it says UIUC, it does not apply to our campus. Conflict of interest, however, may apply across all campuses. This is if you have stock in the company that is sponsoring, if you work as a consultant, or if you are working with a family member, there may be a conflict of interest. It is not always going to cause an issue, but it really should be explained in this comment section. If you are using chemicals and a chemical safety plan needs to be used, please click yes. If you should be aware of export controls, please let us know of that. If you will be transporting certain things outside of the country or sharing information with individuals that may be a deemed export, that needs to be something we know about and have gone through the proper channels. And then classified research and human specimens or data do not apply here. The next tab is additional project approvals. Again, make sure you say you've reviewed it. If it just says UIUC, does not apply to you. However, international programs may apply if they do select yes. If there is a limited submission, meaning the university may only submit so many proposals to a sponsor, we do need to know that so that we can do an internal review and select which submissions will be going forward to the sponsor. Finally, project characteristics. Again, make sure you select yes. If it is a small business solicitation or a small business technology transfer, you would select that. This is UIC only, this is UIUC only. If you are anticipating the program to bring in program income, you would let us know that. If you need us to mark or assign the agreement as already agreed to, you would let us know. If it is a training grant, you would select yes. If this is a COVID-19 specific solicitation, you would select yes. And if it is a DPI solicitation with an F&A distribution tier, you would select the correct distribution tier as applicable. And now that we've selected yes and entered everything correctly, we can save and move to the notes section. It is not required to provide us with any notes. However, it is very helpful in letting us know what has already been done, what we need to do, if this is related to another proposal or a funded award. You can put that in the notes. This is just a really helpful communication tool with our office and the other way around, our office with you. Please note, once you add a note, you can't delete or modify it. You would have to enter another note if you need to issue a correction. And we are just about to reach our finish line. The next section is about summary and submission.